In the heart of West Africa, where the Niger and Benue rivers embrace the land, lies the ancestral home of a remarkable people, the Igbo. Before written history, before the arrival of foreigners, the Igbo forged a civilization whose roots reach deep into the soil of time. This is not merely a story of the past. It is the living foundation upon which generations have built their identity. It is the first chapter in an unbroken narrative that continues to this day. The origins of the Igbo people are woven into the larger tapestry of human migration across Africa. Archaeological evidence suggests that by 12,000 BCE, hunter-gatherers were already traversing these lands, following game and seasonal patterns. These earliest ancestors were mobile, adaptive, and intimately connected to the rhythms of the natural world. They carried with them not just tools of stone and wood, but accumulated knowledge, passed from generation to generation through observation and experience. Each strike of stone against stone represented thousands of years of technological evolution. These early tools, simple yet effective, allowed these pioneers to harvest nature's bounty and gradually transform their relationship with the land. By 5000 BCE, a profound shift was underway. As the climate stabilized following the last ice age, once nomadic groups began establishing more permanent settlements. The dense forests and fertile soils of what would become Igboland offered abundant resources for those willing to put down roots. These nascent communities were organized around kinship networks, extended families living in close proximity, sharing resources and responsibilities. This pattern of settlement would become a defining characteristic of Igbo social organization, persisting through millennia of cultural evolution. Daily life in these early settlements was governed by practical needs and environmental conditions. Knowledge was transmitted through direct instruction and observation. Children learned by doing, absorbing the skills necessary for survival through active participation in community life. Around 2000 BCE, another transformation began reshaping Igbo society, the transition to agriculture. This was not a sudden change, but a gradual process spanning generations. The cultivation of yams became central to Igbo agricultural practice and cultural identity. This starchy tuber provided reliable nutrition and could be stored through dry seasons, offering food security previously unknown to hunter-gatherer groups. Beyond yams, early Igbo farmers cultivated a diverse array of crops suited to local conditions. Oil palms provided versatile oil for cooking and lighting. Indigenous vegetables and fruits supplemented the diet, creating a nutritional balance that supported growing populations. The agricultural calendar became the heartbeat of community life. Planting and harvest seasons dictated the rhythm of activities, celebrations, and spiritual observances. This intimate connection between people, land, and seasonal cycles formed the foundation of Igbo cultural practice. The archaeological record at sites like Igbo Ukwu reveals the remarkable technological innovations that emerged in prehistoric Igbo communities. Each layer of earth contains snapshots of evolving human ingenuity. Pottery production represented a significant technological advancement. These vessels not only facilitated cooking and storage, but also served as canvases for artistic expression. By the first millennium BCE, some Igbo communities had mastered the transformation of metal. The technological knowledge required to extract, smelt, and shape copper and bronze represented sophisticated understanding of materials and processes. The lost wax casting method employed by early Igbo metallurgists produced objects of remarkable complexity and beauty. This sophisticated technique allowed for intricate designs that would be impossible to achieve through hammering or direct carving. Textile production evolved from simple manipulation of plant fibers to sophisticated weaving techniques. Raffia palm fibers were transformed into versatile cloth used for clothing, storage, and ritual purposes. These textiles combined practical utility with artistic expression. Each of these innovations represents a significant step in the technological and cultural evolution of prehistoric Igbo communities. As settlements grew and became more complex, so too did systems of governance and social organization. The Igbo developed a distinctive approach to community decision-making, not hierarchical kingdoms, but decentralized systems where authority was distributed. Leadership was earned through achievement and wisdom rather than inherited by birth. Both men and women could achieve positions of influence through demonstrated ability and contribution to community welfare. This meritocratic approach would remain a hallmark of Igbo social organization. Kinship formed the foundation of social identity and obligation. Complex networks of relationship created bonds of mutual support and responsibility that extended beyond the immediate family. These connections ensured that resources and knowledge were shared across the community. Age-grade systems provided structure for personal development and community contribution. Young people moved through established stages of responsibility and privilege, gaining rights and duties appropriate to their experience and capacity. The spiritual life of prehistoric Igbo communities was deeply intertwined with the natural world. Sacred groves served as sanctuaries where the boundary between physical and spiritual realms grew thin, places where humans could commune with ancestors and deities. Spiritual beliefs found expression through material culture. Masks, sculptures, and ritual objects were not merely decorative, but functional items that facilitated communication with the unseen world. Each curve and line carried symbolic meaning within a complex cosmological framework. Ritual performances combined music, movement, and symbolic action to create powerful experiences of communal identity and spiritual connection. These were not merely entertainments, but essential practices that maintained harmony between human communities, natural forces, and spiritual entities. Divination systems provided frameworks for understanding the unknown and navigating life's uncertainties. Specialists developed sophisticated methods for interpreting patterns in natural materials, reading these signs as messages from ancestors and deities. Though often characterized by their independent social organization, prehistoric Igbo communities were never isolated. Archaeological evidence reveals extensive trade networks connecting Igbo settlements with neighboring peoples and distant regions. These exchanges involved not just material goods, but ideas, technologies, and cultural practices. Igbo communities adopted and adapted innovations from their neighbors while contributing their own knowledge to the broader regional tapestry. The presence of non-local materials in archaeological sites provides tangible evidence of these connections. Marine shells found far inland, unusual minerals, and stylistic elements in pottery and metalwork all speak to the dynamic nature of prehistoric trade and cultural exchange. Our understanding of prehistoric Igbo life comes largely from archaeological investigations at key sites. Igbo Ukwu, with its remarkable bronze artifacts, reveals sophisticated metallurgical traditions. Nsukka and Afikpo provide evidence of stone tool production and early settlement patterns. Modern scientific techniques allow archaeologists to extract remarkable details from these ancient materials. Carbon dating establishes chronologies, chemical analysis reveals material sources, and microscopic examination uncovers manufacturing techniques. From these fragments, archaeologists reconstruct the complex tapestry of prehistoric Igbo life. Each artifact, each settlement pattern, each burial practice provides another thread in the narrative of a people whose achievements have too often been overlooked in global histories. The story of prehistoric Igbo communities is not confined to the distant past. Many cultural practices, technological approaches, and social structures that emerged in prehistory continued to evolve through subsequent centuries, maintaining core principles while adapting to changing conditions. This cultural continuity speaks to the resilience and adaptability of Igbo society. Rather than being erased by time or outside influence, fundamental aspects of Igbo identity, decentralized governance, agricultural practices, artistic traditions, persisted and evolved. The prehistoric journey of the Igbo people is written not in texts but in the land itself, in the artifacts they left behind, and in the living cultural practices that echo through time. As we uncover these fragments of the past, we glimpse not just the story of a single people, but a chapter in the shared human journey of innovation, adaptation, and cultural brilliance. The prehistoric Igbo remind us that before written history, our ancestors were already creating complex, sophisticated societies worthy of remembrance and celebration. Their legacy lives on, in the land, in cultural memory, and in the continuing story of the Igbo people.